Hello, my name is Max Chung, and I currently study abroad in the States. And today I'll tell you briefly about what we study here in the EJ summer program and some of the strengths that I really enjoy experiencing. So I've been attending this summer program for the past 2 years, and I never regretted a second of spending time here. And yes, so one of the strengths is that the hardest part of the SAT test is the reading section, I believe. And this summer program really nails on teaching us these awesome vocabularies. There's over 3,300 words that we could study and prepare for the test. And they also got more on other standardized test vocabularies like GRE or just basic TOEFL ones as well. And these books are really efficient because it teaches us all these types of morphemes as well as easier ways to memorize every individual words. And yes, on my first year, I've basically almost mastered all these words. And on my second year as a rising sophomore, I started to read a lot of magazines and newspaper articles as well. And what that does is most of the SAT passages, I believe, are written by the natives, and what they write is their own expressions, like the natives' expressions, and you can't really observe any of those unless you read these sort of articles, and that's why I think it's really efficient to scrutinize these. And yeah, so by learning those native expressions and sort of the tone and some of the satirical phrases that they use, we can really enhance our reading grade. And yes, as for writing section, we also have this book that we use, and this basically teaches us every single grammatical rules that the writing section of the SAT makes their questions with. So yeah, stuff like sequence of tense, of course, like parallelism, comparison, and etc. And the unique thing about this book is it also teaches a bunch of idioms, and this is very useful because for international students like me, we tend to struggle with the various idioms that the natives might think it's a little familiar with, but yeah, we're not, basically. So these idioms are really useful, and yeah, so not only we have this book, but also we got the grammar or textbook, which actually the college competent shall publish. So basically that book also consists of all the rules that the SAT test actually incorporates their questions with. Yes, and we got this thick essay book, which also consists of a lot of sample essays that has scored 12, like the perfect grade. And yeah, it tells us why these sample essays have gotten the perfect scores. And the great thing about these samples that we can kind of use it on the actual essays, or actually just get the information out of it. And yeah, it tells us the formula of how to successfully write all the essays throughout the brief period we got, the 25 minutes. And yeah, it also teaches us the various sentence structures to also bring that diversity in our essay. Yeah, and oh yeah, also for the reading section, we also have this awesome book that teaches us over 20 strategies of how to master every single type of the questions on the reading section. Yeah, and all these strategies, when used at the same time, really you can definitely master the reading section. I've actually gotten 800s several times throughout this season, and yes, so those are basically all the summer program provides us with. And as for the reviewing part of the test, since we take every test, one test per night, the reviewing part is great because I believe it is one of the most important part about improving your grade on these sort of exams. And this summer program never wants you to skip a reviewing question without able to answer them. So basically, on the day after we take the test, we always go over the questions and try to figure out what we got wrong and find out the types of questions that we get wrong often, so that the TA or the teacher here can teach us, give us the advice on how to get these sort of questions right. And yeah, all those strategies are in these books. You can be assured about improving those types of questions. Yeah, and yes, the reviewing part. We can also help each other's out because we got a lot of students here who actually develop a really strong sense of bondage throughout this whole summer program. And yeah, that's another strength about this program, is that we almost spend basically over 80 hours per week, which makes us more like a family than let's say a business partner, I guess. So yeah, I doubt that I could study for that long duration of time without having this comfortable environment. And yes, we've often sometimes hang around in the cities, watch a movie or something in the weekends. And yeah, we also eat every lunches and dinners together, which really makes us close to one another. Yes, and also the TAs here are really fun to talk with, and the teacher here is, the teacher here, he's really likes to encourage his students a lot, because oftentimes we feel for the seniors, for example, they really get tired after studying really hard time, because I heard sometimes they puke or do horrible stuff, and what the teacher would do is basically give us that little the sense of advice, or the encouragement that really sparks us up to become vivid. And yeah, I guess he's really caring about his own students, and he really wants us to get a perfect score on SATs. Yeah, so yeah, that's another thing about the teacher here. He's also kind of part of our family in a way. Yeah, so the overall atmosphere and all these awesome teaching skills I think are the things that make this program really unique and sublime. And yeah, and since I'm a rising sophomore, I guess throughout the next year or two, I would definitely prefer this summer program over any others. Thank you.